Appreciate the opportunity to speak to our Auburn Alumni Association. I'm Chad Morris, offensive coordinator, and couldn't be more excited to be a part of Coach Malzahn and this staff and this university. This has obviously been some crazy times over the last few months, as we've all had to experience and get good at Zoom calls and get good at FaceTime and just kind of be pushed out of our comfort zone. And but I'm extremely impressed by the leadership at Auburn, that from the top down and how that we all took this trying times and really benefited from it, especially our players. We've all gotten professional at being Zoom callers. Our players have had to learn to adapt and not only adapt, but excel through different ways of learning and how we teach, how we went in and taught our offense to spring through Zoom calls, how our players had to go through academics and oh, by the way, finished with one of the best semesters in the history of Auburn football, which says so much about Coach Malzahn and the culture that he has and has established, and for our players to be able to be pushed out of their comfort zone and be able to adapt in the way they have the success in the classroom, which does parallel on the field. So I'm excited about this up and coming football season. I think that there's some great things ahead for Auburn University and what's in store for our football team. This is an opportunity for me to get back into coaching, obviously, to be able to be a part of Coach Malzahn and his and our friendship that has gone back to the early 2000s when he was a high school coach. I was a high school coach, an opportunity to meet him. And I believe it was like in 2001 or 2002. We always talked about working together. We always talked about that, man, Coach, that would be, we usually talk once a week anyways. And through my time and traveling through college football, and we would get our staffs together and talk ball, and would continue to do that until we came in the same conference with each other. And then we would still talk, but just wouldn't talk on the weeks we would play each other. So a very dear friend of mine, he and Christy are close to Paula and I. And so when the opportunity came around to be a part of Coach's staff, was very much intriguing to me. I wanted to get back into college football with the right culture, the right mindset, the right staff, and an opportunity to win a national championship. And I feel like that all that can happen and has happened at Auburn and can continue to grow and have an opportunity to win a national championship at Auburn. And that's our goal. And that's what we want to do, is win championships. And, just the consistency, when you look at Coach Malzahn and his staff and our staff, you look at the consistency of the staff members, you look at Auburn family. We talk so much about Auburn family, and you got, I believe it's 13 coaches and staff members, a part of our staff that have played at Auburn. Coach Malzahn's been here 11 years. And so just the consistency was another reason for me joining Coach's staff. And obviously he's a winner. And so, but as we go through, and what we've done over the last 2 months is it's been very unique. We've had to go through each day install with our players. And so kind of take you through a little bit of how that went. We would have a general player meeting, offensive team meeting, and we would break down every play and have all our players on there, and we could get to see their face and listen to them talk and ask questions. And then each coach would go through their position and teach their techniques. And then we would show video and literally like we would be sitting in a room together and talking, carrying an open dialogue, which I think was very beneficial. The next best thing is to go out and do it after you teach it, but, unable to do that. But we were able to get on a lot of calls, and then we would break off into each position meetings, much like we would if we were in the office. So that's been really good. And to watch our guys and how they progress through this has been very, very impressive. From an offensive standpoint, there'll be a little bit that'll change. Obviously, we will still run the football. Coaches has been one of the most innovative coaches in college football, and how he runs runs the ball and sets up the deep ball shots with the run game. That will not change. What will change is you'll see us. We'll be a little bit more wide open as far as throwing the football. You'll see us pushing the ball down the field more. We'll get into some empty sets. You'll see us throwing the ball to our back a lot. I really believe that the success that we've had at other stops through college football that I've been a part of, it's been about getting the back involved in the passing game and truly taking advantages of your wide receivers matched up with linebackers out in space. Another big part is really involving our tight end. I think that's one thing that has made us successful at our different stops is our usage of our tight ends. And so you'll see that will be noticeably different, and you'll see that quickly. The tight end position is one of the key points to us, being able to run at a very fast pace and play to the level we want to play at, while still being able to run the football like we do. We're excited about our quarterback. Obviously, Bo Nix coming back, returning. Anytime you have a guy like him that's returning, definitely allows you many options as we continue to grow our offense. Seth Williams, I think, is going to be one of the top wide receivers in all of college football, and us to be able to create mismatches for him and move him all over the field. Again, I think we have 14 wide receivers that are active in the NFL right now at my previous stops, and it's all been because of being able to create the mismatches and move these guys around. So you'll see that'll definitely be different. And so, just other guys that are returning, Anthony Swartz, Eli Stove is the young man that I recruited at a previous stop. And, and obviously he went to Auburn, and the success that he's had, I think he fits exactly what we're looking for in that wide receiver, that speed guy that allows us to run some option routes. So DJ Williams is another. Excited about him returning in the backfield. But again, this is just a great opportunity for us as we continue to come out of these times and get ready for college football this season. I think our country needs it. I think everybody will be excited about football season as it gets closer and we get back in and start practicing with our players. I'm just excited to be a part of that and a part of this university, and really look forward to seeing everyone in Jordan Hare Stadium this fall. It's an honor and privilege to be a part of this great university and the history that has been before us. And as we continue to put our own legacy in the books at Auburn, we're excited about winning the championships and look forward to seeing everybody soon. War Eagle.